shocked at anything, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't.
Welcome to the Undercurrent, your source for grassroots news. I'm Lauren Windsor. First up is the Cooper Union occupation. On Wednesday, May 8th, about 50 students staged a sit-in in President Jamshed Berukah's office to protest a recent announcement that the historically free college would begin charging tuition in 2014. Students for a free Cooper Union are demanding the resignation of Berukah for failing to live up to the college's founding mission to provide a free education in art, architecture, and engineering, and they're resorting to some pretty unconventional methods.
We get everyone together, we collect.
I need a hat. It's Dubai. It's going to be sunny.
Easy. Yeah. Welcome to the president's office.
Cooper Union.
Let's give you a tour. You can change this at any time. You could make it your name.
Engraving, gold leaf. If you'll come this way.
Yeah, please. It's a little tight.
So where we kept all of our offshore banking accounts, you can see it was very well hidden in this corner, but we're starting from a new slate.
Exotic plants, whatever you want, you get it. Busts, you want a bust? We can get you a bust. There's a mirror up here. When you walk in, you can make sure no one's behind you. It's pretty busy right now in the office.
As you can see, we're going for a co-working environment.
No, that's why I feel like they must be something else.
Expansion models.
Span the globe, pick a place.
Paid cruise days, paid sick days, paid days.
We, the students of the Cooper Union for the Advancement of Science and Art, can no longer uphold or endorse the direction our college has taken under the leadership of Jamshed Berukah, with the support of the current Board of Trustees. As the students, we are indebted and steadfastly committed to fulfilling the historic mission of Cooper Union, as an institution committed to providing students with an exceptional educational experience without the burden of tuition, regardless of need.
Saul Alinsky would certainly be proud. On to campaign finance news. On Tuesday, May 7th, demonstrators gathered at the New York State Capitol to attend a hearing on public campaign financing. After being barred from entry, they showed up at the windows of the meeting room. You got to give them some credit for being relentless.
The sergeant at ours closed the window.
How much does it cost? 100 people in. Do I have to go to $19 bills? Like 100 people in. Break the whole thing. I never came on. Are you going to close the window? Wait. Can I like make paid? Take all that. Come on, just like. Oh, man, come on. No, you're a double.
One of the organizers, Aaron Black, founded the Money Out Voters In Coalition and Occupy the NRA. We talked about the intersection of campaign finance reform and gun reform via Skype. So you organized a protest at the New York State Senate building earlier this week. Can you tell us what they were deciding there at that meeting?
It was a hearing about publicly financed elections in New York State. The Republicans were having a meeting basically discussing why it shouldn't happen, and they didn't want to let anybody in the pro-money out groups testify. They filled the chamber with all of their staffers, and there was no room for the public. They didn't want to allow the public to speak, and they tried to shut everybody out. So we showed up and let them know how we felt about this. We want fair elections. We want to see publicly financed elections happen.
Right.
Many of us feel like if we can get this passed in New York State, it'll be like a domino falling. You
were recently at the NRA annual convention. Can you tell us about your experience there?
The NRA is the largest lobbying firm in the country, and they do give money to candidates running for office. They do throw their money around. So it's pretty clear that the issue of getting money out of politics is connected to everything. You know, the NRA is just one spoke on that wheel, but they're a pretty big spoke. They're the largest lobbying firm in the country, and they throw their money around and they're effective, and they shouldn't be allowed to bribe and blackmail our politicians. How is it that 90% of the country, actually it's 92% of the country, they wanted a vote. They wanted to see universal background checks come to a vote. and these guys were able to stonewall it. It's all the money.
Was it you posed that question to one of the board members of the NRA at the annual convention? Can you talk to us about your experience there?
I did. He said he didn't believe those numbers. So I asked him if he did his own polling amongst the members. And he said, that wasn't any of my business, and started to get agitated on camera.
Over on the West Coast, a few days later, the Los Angeles arm of the Money Out, Voters In coalition, of which I am a member, held Operation Primal Scream, a march around City Hall and the Los Angeles Times in support of Proposition C, a ballot initiative that will give voters the opportunity to weigh in on Citizens United and campaign finance reform.
LA Times, you got it wrong. LA Times, you got it wrong. So we come here with the throng. So we come here with the throng. No, it's not a waking dream. No, it's not a waking dream. It's Operation Primal Scream.
I spoke with Money Out, Voters In co-founder Michele Sutter and Proposition C opponent Darth Vader after the march. Tell me about Operation Primal Scream.
Operation Primal Scream came together quite quickly in response to the Los Angeles Times editorial a week ago Monday, where they called Proposition C, which is on the ballot on May 21st, a muddled measure, and they said that it was nothing more than a primal scream. And when we heard that, we thought that we should come down to the Los Angeles Times and let them know what a primal scream sounded like.
So tell me about Proposition C.
Proposition C is an advisory measure. It's on the ballot on May 21st, along with mayor, city attorney, city council seats, city controller. And it was actually written by our city attorney and placed on the ballot with the help of an activist base of which we're a part. And it advises the elected officials of the city of Los Angeles, both in the city council, in the state houses, and also our members of Congress and senators, to address the issues of corporate constitutional rights, the assertion of the rights that rightly belong to human beings, to corporations, and the horrific spending in politics that has been exacerbated by rulings like Citizens United. And we are instructing them to address these issues through the constitutional amendment process.
So why do you oppose Prop C?
Prop C is simply the latest in a long list of misguided attempts to invest the general population with the power to govern themselves. This has been occurring in this sector for millennia, and unfortunately it has come to our attention and we must now defeat it. If indeed people were capable or worthy of governing themselves, then why would the Emperor have so much power? We tried democracy in the Galactic Republic. It does not work.
More shocked than anything, you know what I'm saying?
Bottom line, the power of the dark side has lured in politicians from both sides of the aisle, and the movement to get money out of politics is much like the Rebel Alliance. The Death Star may seem daunting and impenetrable, but we will find its weakness. May the Force be with us. I'm Lauren Windsor. Thanks for watching. Get pulled in to the Undercurrent.
The spiritual matrix with the truth put over my eyes with the evil forces that compromise my state of mind. Have I been hypnotized to believe in lies with the monologue questioning God like Habakkuk, cause the odds keep stacking up? Where is the illumination for the human nation?